Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. What a blessing, right? What a blessing truly to be able to be in a human body first, to be able to experience the senses, to be able to connect with others, to be able to listen to the word, to be able to speak the word, to be able to use our eyes to see the glorious manifestation of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, to be able to feel love and share love and see the light and speak of the light. It truly is a blessing. Thank y'all so much for connecting with me today. I am the common denominator, your spiritual friend in need, Dada Dino. Truly, it is a blessing. Much love to y'all for being my extended family. We've just started this whole new journey. I am very, very grateful that the Most High utilized a lot of people. I'm not just talking about the prophets. I'm talking about even YouTubers who get online and drop inspiration and motivation and who advocate righteousness. Truly, I am grateful for y'all because you never know how far your positivity can go when you decide to take it upon yourself. When you say, yeah, I might be flawed, I'm not perfect, but I do understand that somebody else could benefit from this information. You take it upon yourself to step out and share it. Truly, you don't know the people that you're healing. So for all of the YouTubers out there, the ones that have been spreading a lot of positivity, messages to help encourage the chosen and those who are trying to stay steadfast on the path of righteousness, truly, I am grateful for all of y'all. And I'm praying that the Holy Spirit will continue to work through y'all. You know what I mean? These days, it is not easy. But with God, of course, all things being possible, He makes it easy for us. So that is another reason to truly be grateful. Today, I just wanted to connect with y'all and share with y'all the importance of being in tune with the I am presence. It is very, very important, especially in times when we cannot trust the intentions and the motives of those who may even come in the name of the Father, of those who may even perform miracles, those who may even come to you claiming that they got the answers for you. I wanted to start off this journey by encouraging anyone that's out there truly trying to get on a spiritual path, or if you're already on your spiritual path and you're feeling like you are just not, well learned, or you've not really studied enough. I just want to let you know that, to be honest, even if you read all of the books on the face of this planet, if you truly don't know self, all of that information that you done read really did not mount up. It didn't mount up to anything. You know what I mean? So it's very important that we connect with the I am presence. Yes, because with that information, we're going to be able to better interact with others and truly feel at ease and peace within ourselves. It's not so much about being intelligent, because that is important. But we also see that with the higher wisdom that the Almighty I Am used to interweave His creation, you can see that it is very, very evident that the intention was not for us to live in complicated modes, trying to figure out how to live as humans. That was not the intention. From the oxygen that we breathe, to being able to see and make reason of what we set our eyes on, to listen and make reason of what we hear, to be able to now use our faculties of perception and higher thought, and then step into active modes. of bringing about a reality that we see within ourselves. Truly, it is a higher gift, right? But we get to see that it was never really meant to be complicated. Yeshua summed it up and made it very, very easy for us. 2 laws. It's not that deep. People want to really, really stretch it out, try to make it complicated. Once you get in tune with your I am presence, then you see the importance of wanting to do unto others as you want done unto you. It's not about religion, right? Those 2 principles are very, very straight to the point. It has nothing to do with religion, right? You don't have to be a Christian to know that it is important to do unto others as you want done unto you, right? You don't have to be a Christian to realize that once your eye becomes open and then you see that there is wisdom, higher wisdom manifested around you, you don't have to be a Christian to realize that you ought to be grateful for this higher wisdom. Yet the same wisdom that manifested as you in a physical, biological, living body, right? The spirit now projected in form. To now honor that creator and then channel that same honor unto your fellow neighbor. You don't have to be a Christian. We are not trying to get into religious dialogue or religious discourse to create separation. We realize that institutions got their hands on some information and decided to formulate organizations, private organizations, but the word of the Most High, which lives in each and every one of us, cannot be restricted. It is alive, and is alive because we are alive and we are emanations of that word. And to connect it to what I was trying to share with y'all from the very beginning about being in tune with your I am presence is once you get to realize this and you truly surrender completely to the almighty I am within you, you limit yourself from falling prey to those who understand this information but don't want you to understand this information. Those who know the power in you realizing your I am presence. Because when you realize your I am presence, and then you recognize that somebody else who may or may not have realized their I am presence, but is trying to subject themselves to modes of deception and project that upon you, when you realize that, you now have the power to either help educate them or even avoid falling to deception. So that's why it's very, very important that we go straight to source, the I am. We're not gonna get it complicated, you know what I mean? We're not gonna twist it and try to make it seem like you gotta have a PhD or you gotta be a 33-degree Mason to understand the knowledge of the I am. That's not what it's about. You don't have to be somebody that is scholarly and biblical or the Quran or whatever. That's not what this is about. It's very, very simple. This planet that the Supreme Personality of the Godhead created for all of us to enjoy is not one that is meant for us to be, feeling like we need to now dive and get ourselves caught up in occultic information to coexist. You see it. That's not the point of it. Yes, truly, it is very, very simple, very, very straight to the point. And I'm very happy to see that the Holy Spirit is actually working through a great number of people. And we're now simplifying it. And eventually, of course, we're going to get into the golden age. And we're setting the foundation for that. Yeshua been came in and set the fire been burning. It ain't going to stop. And we're just going to keep it going. Truly, once we really, really get to shift out of the realm of feelings within us, right? And we truly say it is now time to understand how the word works within our minds. We start to understand the real power of the word, which truly is alive within us. Yes. So now is the time, truly. Now really is the time for us to not be so caught up in the material aspect which is perishing, but get in tune with that which is alive and lives on forever. Don't be worried about the clothes that I'm wearing or the clothes that you are wearing. Even though it is good to look good, don't be caught up in the glasses. Don't be so caught up in the pigmentation, but be more caught up in the reality of how your mental faculty works, because that is how you're going to interrelate with your neighbors. That is how you're going to interrelate with others. That is how you're going to find the real peace within yourself once you truly understand your own mental faculties. If not, to tell you the truth, we're going to be out here pointing fingers at each other, laughing at each other, mocking each other, trying to put each other down to make ourselves feel good, but yet we're truly not feeling good. Meanwhile, this thing is very, very simple. We understand there is matter and there is spirit, but they all coexist together. And it is just perverted and false information within the brain, within our minds, that gets us warped up in thought processes that are not conducive. Thought processes that do not create the right atmosphere for us to coexist as spirit beings. You see it? And truly, we are grateful because this knowledge has always been here. This is not like this is something new, right? We know that this knowledge has been here, but we do know that there are those who suppress this knowledge to a certain degree because it does not benefit their corporations, right? It does not benefit the main agenda that they're seeking to project. But we know that the supreme personality of the Godhead who created this planet did not intend for his creation to come in and be caught up in certain modes of operation that is not yielding fruits, that is not yielding love. We're talking about that love that's going to allow us to truly enjoy the fruits of this planet. But I'm grateful, and I know y'all are grateful too, because we're now living in that time when it is very evident that the spirit is truly alive. It's alive because you're paying attention, I'm paying attention. And it is through paying attention that we're going to be able to heal ourselves and heal each other. It goes deep, but not too deep for you to lose yourself. It is just when you realize that there are so many different lies and so much that has been hidden from us, you start to realize that there are so many different layers to uncover. But once you surrender completely to the I am, then it just makes it a lot more easier. Some people call this I am Yeshua. Some people call this I am Krishna. But once you start to realize that this I am is also manifested as you, then it shifts the whole ball game. It is not saying that you are equated to the deity. It is not saying that you and the deity are exactly the same, but we are energy, an emanation of the supreme deity. And that, once we connect to that knowledge in truth and in spirit, we realize that all of the notions that have been projected onto certain principles of energetic practice that we may fear is now rendered useless. And I'm talking about things like witchcraft. I'm talking about things like Satanism. I'm talking about the lower things that only keep us attached to the flesh, and yet we feel like we are getting some type of pleasure out of it, not seeing the pain that sits at the very end. Once we connect to the highest vibration, we start to see all of those things truly have no power over us. Now you're not trying to combat witchcraft with witchcraft. You just stay in tune with the highest vibration, realizing that they cannot reach you on that level if they have not done the work. And they have to do the work. Because you could live in the mode of ignorance for so long, but eventually you're going to realize that knowledge is suitable for you. If you are in a body and you're living in the mode of ignorance, which that is just darkness, right? That means you have not accepted the light, because the light is there. So if you're choosing to live in the mode of ignorance, rejecting the light, and then now you see the events that come from your own thought processes, right? Because it's not so much about what others are doing to you. You start to see that you are actually a co-creator. You are participating. And this happens from the mind, from the, from the thought, from where the I am is truly imposing. So that's why it's very important. We need to bypass the me factor, because the me, when you truly understand the difference between me and I, you start to see the real power of I. And like I said, this knowledge has always been here. And we have the groups the individuals who got a hold of this knowledge and perverted the knowledge, or even decided to hide the knowledge and project it in false modes. So now we run away from that which is actually truly meant to deliver us. They might even try to coin this notion of I and make it seem like it pertains to a certain organization. But then when you truly separate yourself from the propaganda, I'm talking about the propaganda that you may get yourself caught up in from doing some research online in relation to the I. When you truly, really shift from all of that and realize that it is a living factor. It is real force. It is real energy. This is not about some Illuminati. Nah. This is the reality of who we truly are. Once we really connect with I am presence, then we're gonna see the real enemy that is against us living the way we ought to live. We're gonna see their power fall right off. And truthfully, by the grace of the Most High, we're already seeing it happen. We're just trying to quicken this process because there is a natural process, a natural way that humans are meant to live on this planet. This planet is a very natural planet, and it is very, very evident. We can see it, that there is something else that is seeking to keep the children of the Most High from living according to how they're really supposed to live. Please do not get me mixed up with your religious organizations. I have nothing to do with none of that stuff. I am only here because I have come to realize certain things, and I would like to get others who are on the path to understand this information and quicken their own inner flame. And let that flame burn off all of the ignorance that might be, seeking to keep you in modes of darkness. Let that flame within you, the flame of the Almighty I Am within you, burn off all of the things that are keeping you attached to the material nature. Because that's what's going to keep you at odds with your neighbor. Matter of fact, that's what's going to keep you in mental states of duality and prevent you from realizing the oneness. We're going to keep this going. This is just the first part. This is just the first video. I really don't intend for my videos to go too long. But if you've watched it up until this very point, I'm very, very grateful, honestly. And I'd appreciate it. Drop your comments. Let me know if some of this information is resonating with you. It's not complicated at all, to be honest. We don't have to spend time reading books and going over the Bhagavad Gita or, we don't have to spend too much time. You just got to surrender to the I Am. That is the greatest teacher. That is your guru. And once you surrender to the I Am, the rest is history, honestly. They could be doing all of that talking. You just stay under the light of the I Am and keep on growing, keep on thriving. And to be honest, the reality of this truth is going to be made manifest through your actions. Y'all stay tuned. Until next time, may the love and the grace of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead continue to rest with y'all. I am the common denominator, your spiritual friend in need. Stay tuned.